Están procediendo a apagar el fuego. Mire, ahí está la avioneta siniestra, número 82. Ha llegado hasta el lugar.
Forensic investigators in Peru are continuing the painstaking process of identifying the 13 victims killed in the Nazca Lines tourist plane crash. Officials say the examination includes forensic, anthropological, and dental analysis, followed by DNA testing. Authorities say the remains have been recovered and identification work is still underway.
Remember that the identification process has different phases: forensic identification, which is complemented by anthropological and ontological identification. This will later be cross-checked with molecular biological identification, because a DNA test will be conducted to confirm the results. The remains were all recovered yesterday under the supervision of the prosecutor's office at all times. The specialized forensic team that came from Lima, upon opening the packages containing skeletal remains, began to individualize them according to age, sex, certain distinctive features of clothing, as well as skin characteristics such as tattoos and scars. We also observed the characteristics of the fingers of the hand. Some had remaining teeth. We have therefore worked in a multidisciplinary manner, always by order of the prosecutorial authority.
Investigators say the 2 German nationals, 2 Spanish nationals, and the 2 Peruvian crew members have already been formally identified. DNA comparisons are still pending for 1 or 2 of the Italian victims. German and Italian diplomats say they have informed the victims' families and are working closely with Peruvian authorities.
Yes, the German citizens, the Spanish citizens, and the 2 Peruvian crew members in the cockpit have been fully identified. As for the Italian citizens, there are still 1 or 2 bodies for which we have yet to complete the DNA comparison.
Well, we are confident that the relevant authorities in Peru will investigate all the circumstances as quickly as possible.
We have identified 7 Italians who died in this accident and have contacted their families in Italy. That's all I can say.
As investigators continue their work, Peru's tourism minister says the pilot of the Aerodiana C-208B aircraft reported a mechanical failure before the crash. Authorities have not confirmed whether that caused the accident, saying the official investigation is still ongoing. Spain has also advised its citizens in Peru to avoid sightseeing flights over the Nazca Lines over safety concerns.
Apparently, the pilot reported a fault during the flight. This is under investigation. The investigation will determine the reason, the timing, and what caused the fault. This is of interest to us as a state, the government of Peru. It is, of course, of interest to the families. It is of interest to the airline operator. And it is also of interest to the aircraft manufacturer.
A sightseeing flight over Peru's iconic Nazca Lines ended in tragedy after a light aircraft crashed into farmland near Nazca and caught fire. All 13 people on board were killed, including 11 foreign tourists and 2 Peruvian crew members. The Aerodiana-operated aircraft was on a scenic tour when the deadly crash occurred. Authorities said the victims included 7 Italians, 2 Spaniards, 2 Germans, and 2 Peruvian crew members. Firefighters, police, and forensic teams rushed to the crash site to recover the bodies and secure the area. Peru's Civil Aviation Authority has launched an investigation to determine what caused the fatal accident.
The first thing is to get here, cordon off the area, and then we'll start the investigation. Investigators are on their way.
Peruvian President Keiko Fujimori expressed condolences and said the Transport Ministry was investigating the crash, while the Foreign Ministry was coordinating with the victims' consulates. Authorities are also assessing whether airport operations should be temporarily suspended pending the investigation.
First, I want to express my deepest condolences over this accident. 12 people have lost their lives. The Transport Minister is carrying out the corresponding investigation, and the Foreign Minister is in contact with the consulates of the foreign nationals who died. We are evaluating a temporary suspension of the airport, but I don't want to get ahead of the situation until the ministers responsible send me their reports.
The Nazca Lines attract thousands of tourists every year through aerial sightseeing tours. Saturday's crash has renewed concerns over the safety of tourist flights in the region, which has witnessed similar fatal accidents in the past. Investigators will now examine the wreckage and flight records to determine the cause of the disaster.